whole month of Ramadan producing a video for every day of Ramadan. I don't know if Portsmouth was aware of that. No? Nobody. Every day of Ramadan I produce a small video, sometimes 10, sometimes 15 minutes long. And in these videos I taught this subject about Dajjal. That our Prophet said, every prophet has warned his people about Dajjal. And the Prophet Noah alayhi salam warned his people about Dajjal. But I am going to tell you something no one has ever said before me. The Dajjal sees with one eye, his left eye. He's blind in the right eye. It looks like a bulging grape. But your Lord is not one eye. Between his eyes on his forehead is written the word kafir, disbeliever. And every mukmin, someone who has faith in his heart, would be able to read the word kafir on his forehead, whether that mu'min or that believer is katib or ghayru katib, literate or illiterate. You can still read. So, Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu could read. And he could read kafir on his forehead. But why is it that Abu Jahl cannot read? So we send Abu Jahl to the eye specialist. He's called the ophthalmologist for an inspection of his eyes. And the report comes back, his eyesight is perfect. But this is strange. If Abu Jahl's eyesight is perfect, why can't he read? But Ali can read. Is it that Ali is not reading with these eyes? Do we have any other eye beside these eyes? This is a branch of knowledge called epistemology. So we're not talking about external sight. We're talking about, yes, we have an internal eye. And we can see with internal sight. And so the reason why Ali could read is because he's reading not only with his external eyes, but also with his internal sight. And the reason why Abu Jahl cannot read is because he is internally blind. This is our interpretation of the hadith. And so Dajjal has external vision, the one with which you can pursue the scientific and technological revolution and scale the skies. But Dajjal is internally blind. And all those who are embraced by Dajjal will be also internally blind. And any time he plays a tune, they will dance to his tune. Would you like to hear what was the last tune? Shall I tell you? You want to know? The last tune? The last tune that Dajjal played, and so many danced to his tune, is that our Prophet said, when you stand up for Salah, do not leave any space between you. Because if you leave any space, Shaitan will come and fill that space. So you must pray shoulder to shoulder. And Dajjal said, no, you must stand 3 feet apart. And if you stand 3 feet apart, I don't know how many shayateen could stand in between and fill that space. It is because they were internally blind that in this country, Britain, there were so many who danced with Dajjal and stood up for Salat 3 feet apart. They look like monkeys to me. But Allah also said, follow the Prophet. And our Prophet gave us what are the rules for Salat. And he said, don't change this, don't make bid'ah. Don't make bid'ah. If you make bid'ah and you change the religion, no water for you on Judgment Day from Kawthar. And guess what they did? If you want to perform Salat, you must have a face mask. No mask, no entry. Is this the heart of what the religion the Prophet Muhammad gave us? No. If someone wants to wear a face mask, that's up to him. He's a man and he wants to be in niqab, fine. But you cannot make it obligatory. If you make it obligatory, you are changing the religion. Allah is Al-Akbar in His house, not the government. Allah is Al-Akbar in His house, not the government. I have never ever performed Salat with a face mask. I have never participated in Salat with people standing 3 feet apart, except once in France I was caught by surprise and I was already in the masjid. Other than that, I never performed Salat because it's a bogus Salat. It's a bogus Salat. And so, when Dajjal stands up in Jerusalem and he declares, I am the Messiah, you and I would easily recognize this is Dajjal. But guess what? The sheep and the cattle who do not have internal sight, they will say, no, 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 he cannot be Dajjal. Why? Because he's seeing with 2 eyes. And our Prophet said that Dajjal sees with only 1 eye, so he can't be Dajjal. The sheep and the cattle will not be able to understand this hadith and interpret it correctly.